Hello, and welcome to another episode of Borg Tries to Fix It. So, today we're taking another break from the Cutlass, and we are going back to this beautiful thing. I like to call it the Ford F-1-Rusty. And what we're fixing today is something very common on these northern trucks. Because of the rust, the brake lines in the back break. So I'm just going to bring you underneath here and show you. So this brake line that goes up and over the rear end starts here, goes up and over all the way to here, busted. You can see it broke right off. It was originally, see, up over here. So, what I'm gonna do is take this off. This side broke when I was undoing it, so this is gonna come off here. The other side's gonna come off, and then we're gonna go and make a new one that's gonna go up in here. We're just gonna use, just random line, kind of bend it to our own devices to match this one, and then flare it and put some ends on it and get it back in there. So let's try this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we have this old piece here. We're gonna take the new brake line and actually bend it to fit the same kind of bends as the old one. Then we're going to flange the connector on each end and then go put it back in the truck. So here we go. Move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. So first let's straighten this out. All right. Now, what we have to remember is that there were the little pieces on each end of this. So this one goes here and the other one goes over there. So we gotta make sure we add that distance on. So that's like that. All right. Like that. They make special tools for bending this, but as long as you're, kind of easy on it. gonna put a mark with a marker, kind of right where we want to cut it, right there. Okay? All right. Now I gotta find my pipe cutter. Pipe cut, there it is. All right. Just the basic little pipe cutter, you know. Just gonna go on there. Get that in there. Turn it, tighten it, 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 turn it, and we're off. There we go. Just kind of deburr the end of it a little bit. All right. So, if we look, you know, we're close enough that on the car I'll be able to make it work. All right. Now, on to the flaring part. The biggest thing with this is you got to make sure you put the nuts on before you flare the ends. So, I'm going to put both of those on now, so don't think anything of it. All right. This is a, I don't know, different style flaring tool. They make a bunch of different kinds. This one only works for one size, but you know, it works pretty well. So what you do with this one is you loosen these bolts. I guess you don't have to take them all the way out like I did. You're gonna, alright, you're gonna, they say to push it all the way to the end. And then tighten the bolts. Yeah, we definitely didn't need to loosen these this much. We'll do better on the next one. Okay. Now, this thing has an end which is going to put the flange on it. And this is a dual flange system, I believe, on this car. So there's two different ends for this. You do the one, change it out, do the other. Tighten this thing. And now let's tighten this. And now keep an eye on this over here this time to make sure it's not pushing through. All right. Let's see if that worked any better. Yeah, that worked. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's flanged on the inside there. And that's a single flange. And now what we do is we take this little tip off of here. Somehow. Pops out like that. Other one is right below. And this is, they call the OP2. We tighten that again. Put that in there. Tighten up this again. Don't mind all the noise, that's just me dumping things. Alright. Bottomed out. Let's see how we did. That looks decent. And let's see. Coming around the corner when she comes. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so that fits on like that. All right, just gonna do the other side now since that went so splendidly. All right, do. And there's that one. Pick up my dumped piece and let's see how much we bent it while we were trying to do this. A little bit. Let's just get it back to where we need to be-ish. All right, that's not bad. All right, now let's bring it back to the car. Okay, so we're back under the car. I wrangled this in here. I haven't tightened these yet. This goes here. We go up and over into this clip here, down and over. There was a clip here, but I mean, it's super rusty, so we're not going to put that back there. We might just, you know, put maybe a zip tie or something right here, and then we go back up into here. So what I'm gonna do is tighten these. Okay, now over here. All right, so that's all tightened up. So the next step is we're gonna have to bleed the brakes. So we'll get started on that in a minute. Okay, so bleeding the brakes. Normally you just have somebody inside the car pushing the brakes down, somebody outside the car opening the bleed screw and allowing fluid to come out until you get all the air out of the system. But since I'm a lone wolf and I don't have anybody to help me, I'm gonna try this neat little contraption today. So what it is it's a pressurizer. It hooks to the top of the brake master cylinder and you just push this down to increase the pressure in the system. Has a little gauge here so we can see we're at like 15 psi of pressure. It has fluid inside of it, so as this goes down, it'll send the fluid into there as needed. And the idea is now the system's pressurized. If I go in the back, open the bleed screw, technically the fluid should flow out. So let's go do that. All right. So here's the bleed screw leading down to our bottle. So Now we open, and the fluid's flowing out. Lots of bubbles, bubbles, and no bubbles. Tighten it. Alright, just so everything goes out of the tube, I'm gonna undo that. Alright, and just to be sure, let's try this again. Tube back on, and open, and no bubbles. Alright, so that's good. I'm gonna undo that. Alright. We're gonna put our little cap back on there. Actually, you know what? Let's tighten that even a little bit more. Okay, that's tight. Put that on. Alright. We'll just repeat that for the other side, and that should be it for the back, and then might as well do the front while I'm here. Okay, brakes are all bled. Let's go into the truck. Check the brake pedal. Oh yeah, very tight. Very tight. That's good. All right, so that's it. Brake line is replaced. All right, so we fixed the truck, which is good. I filmed this video entirely on a GoPro. The other camera isn't working right, so I need to work on that. So hopefully it looks okay and everything is decent as far as, you know, the sound and everything. But just a short little video, put something up there. Still working on the Cutlass, still have lots to do. Coming up soon is going to be, you know, painting the frame and the bottom of the car, getting it ready to start put things back in place, probably starting with the gas tank and things like that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.